day. From Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, it's the AFC Divisional Round Playoffs on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to a very loud and a sold-out Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Here come the Browns on offense with Baker Mayfield, the former #1 overall pick at quarterback. First carry for Nick Chubb. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Good coverage on the outside, and I think that's where he wanted to check that down to. But once he saw the danger over there, he just threw that one over everyone's head. Smart play.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. He's going to drop this one down for Chubb. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Call it a pickup of 3, and also now likely a punt on their opening drive. So on 4th down, here's the Scottish Hammer, Jamie Gillen, to punt for the Browns. Oh, the return is Williams. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Here are the Bengals on offense, and here is Joe Burrow ready to lead them at quarterback.
And he and his team, they were the beneficiaries of a first-round bye earned by a tremendous regular season. He'd been a little bit nicked up so he could use the rest, and I'm sure his teammates felt the exact same way. But now it'll be interesting to watch their first few drives in this one, because sometimes getting the rest is great, but sometimes you accumulate a little bit of rust as well. Maybe they come out flat, and they can't afford that in the postseason.
P. Ryan again on 2nd down. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And now they will throw it with Burrow. Looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Browns are going to take possession here at their own 33. The Browns drive about to get started. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. 2nd down, here's Chubb again. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And it was a stiff arm there that freed him enough to get the first before he's tackled. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 41-yard line. So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10. Mayfield to throw it. That is incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Mayfield off the play fake. Drops it off for Chubb. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Throwing, Mayfield. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And he is going to have a Browns first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Mayfield over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. Broken tackle. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
And perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game as it's first. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Andy Janovich taking it in from a yard out. And the Browns are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Extra point through the Snowflakes, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. Joe Burrow and the Bengals set to go back on offense. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Second and 11. Burrow will throw. Flush to his right. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that. I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run it here with Pirine. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. And that will be incomplete.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They'll try and throw for it with Burrow. Not open. That's Jamar Chase complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 37-yard line. And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Now a carry for Pirine. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. And this one's incomplete.
I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there, tried to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
Again, it's Burrow on 2nd and 10. Open space inside the 10. And he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out, reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Pirine is into the end zone for a Bengal touchdown. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails because they had it going pretty good last time too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get...
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Sam Hubbard, give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. Boy, that's tough, Charles. First play of the drive, you're hoping to stay ahead of schedule. You take that huge sack, and now you're facing 2nd and a mile.
And the entire time, you were probably thinking the same thing I was. Either get rid of the ball safely, of course, or go down. The yardage he gave up on that play, that's going to be tough for them to make up.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. The Browns on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Here's Mayfield. And he's got his man in stride, complete. down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Now a high kick, almost a pooch punt. It'll be just an 18-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 45 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, sometimes a thing of beauty.
Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Burrow trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Walker. And the Browns are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick. Whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst, a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it. Because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows a defense to tighten up their coverage, and they pick that one off.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that's going to bring up the 3rd down. Mayfield down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for Cleveland. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Minute 55 left to go in the first half of play. Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Burrow. Flushed out right. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Quick slant caught by Chase.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. So on fourth down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. This from 25 yards out. McPherson's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So a good kick there. They put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the three.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow.
Either way.
Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. Final play of the half, Mayfield. And he'll take a shot here for Hooper downfield. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. This fourth and final matchup on this divisional round weekend. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's take a look back to Saturday's AFC divisional round game.
Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. Samaje Perine of the offense heading back out there. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they've been the better of the two teams through 2 quarters of play, much to the chagrin of this home crowd.
Yeah, this score is a surprise to a lot of folks at home, although not to my dad. He predicted the visitors would win. And maybe to the folks in the stadium, but you know who is not a surprise to, partner? This team with the football. They were very confident coming in.
Perine again on second down. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Now after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on third down. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
Burrow going for it on fourth. Got a man, it's Chase, he completes it. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Hands it off out of the gun. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. 2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Out of his hands quickly to Higgins. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, Their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Burrow. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Mayfield looks to throw. Got a man, that's Rashard Higgins.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. That's on the guard, Wyatt Teller. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
Another carry for the fullback, Janovich. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. He'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And incomplete on the deep ball.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the 2nd miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And Burrow going to slide to the ground as he does pick up the 1st down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
P. Ryan again on 2nd down. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 115 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you should have a few men in the backslide.
He's He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there, and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of this?
And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Samaje Perine, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals add on to their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. That time a 6-play drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Samaje Perine. Now Donovan Peoples-Jones. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Looking to throw again on second down. Mayfield. It's caught over the middle. Hooper. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
First down, Mayfield. That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. One quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. A first down throw for Mayfield. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Mayfield throwing complete there to Hooper. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a first down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's...
Oh, no, he lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Now Mayfield. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Bengals are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. Well, time, I mean, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance at victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defense's side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly. And what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
Perine again on second down. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. And that's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to third down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. From the gun, they'll try to run it. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down, 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it out, and we've got them now.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. 157 yards rushing for him now in the ball game as he is trying to will his guys to the championship round next weekend.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about run them into submission.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
And the linebacker, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, on the tackle.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's going to take this down close to a 1st down at the Browns' 44. Give him 7 yards on the carry, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And he'll go down at the 28. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. Now it's Burrow. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's 4th.
He'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
McPherson's kick is good. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Now Mayfield and the Browns down by 13, a minute 39 to go. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. Mayfield into the secondary, past the 40. Pass caught by Hooper. And all the way up to the 46. Here's Baker. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Mayfield. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Pass incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Going deep here for Landry. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it. Unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. That's going to be brought in by Higgins. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. And this is caught for a touchdown. So hang on now. Things just got a little bit more interesting here in the final minute. Okay, game. And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed. And in a tight game like this, they're going to take a good long look at it. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Gostkowski the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. 25 seconds to go. A must recover if they're going to have any chance. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
So with that need, they take care of business in the divisional round. They'll be back here at home next weekend. One more hurdle to get to the big show.
The good feelings, they just keep coming. They get to ride that wave for at least one more week because they have their big prize in their eyes, and that's getting into the Super Bowl. But they have to win next week after winning this one.
And the Bengals going to live to fight another week as we say thanks for watching and so long, everybody. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Bengals as we say so long from Cincinnati.